Did you watch any movies on the flight home? Okay, it's a recycled bit because, well, fuck you, it's not a bit, it's my life. But it's a recycled bit because I already talked about it. But after a week at an all-ages themed amusement park, I definitely did watch Ladybird and Rice Boy Sleeps on the flight home to experience some mature entertainment, and I like bawled my eyes out through both of them for sure. Ladybird is a great film. I don't want to go off on a rant here, but does anyone else think that Ladybird is Napoleon Dynamite for people? Fucking, you can land this thing. I don't want to go off on a rant here, but does anybody else think that Ladybird is for people that fucking... I don't want to go off on a rant here, but does anyone else think that Ladybird is Napoleon Dynamite for people that grew up watching Hereditary instead of Anchorman: The Legend of Ron Burgundy? I don't want to go off on a rant here, but I can't fucking do it, man. I can't fucking do it. He's washed. I'll come back with that one tomorrow. That'll be the new I Want to Smoke the Shit That Made Calvin Coolidge. Yes, I enjoyed Ladybird. Ladybird was really good. You know what I realized? I think I like vibes-based movies. Is there a term for the kind of cinema where it's not... Because here's the... I enjoy American cinema. I enjoy American cinema. Endgame, Infinity War, The Winter Soldier. I love lots of American movies, okay? But the vibe, the sequence of most American movies, and let's call them mainstream movies instead, is like, you know, the classic graph from English class, you know, rising action, climax, denouement, the end. What about something like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, where it's basically just the camera opens in media res to someone's life, and you just follow stories about their life. Now, there is a climactic moment at the end, but then it just sort of ends. You know, like Ladybird is not like she's in high school, but then she gets superpowers, she gets the fucking Infinity Gauntlet, and then she snaps like a bully away. Like, it's a movie that has no real villains. It's a movie that has conflict, but it's like very normal. Like, nobody is going into outer space or anything like that. The same thing with Rice Boy Sleeps. You open in a snapshot of someone's life at a particular moment in time, and you follow them for a while, and then it just ends. It doesn't end with you know, a moment where you're like, oh, this is where their story ends. You never have to think about where their life is going to go from this. It just sort of, you know, that's where this story ends. I think I'm getting into vibes-based movies, man. Watch K-On! Librarian. Come on. Isn't that the fucking... Is it one of those idol animes? Or is that one of the robot animes? It's the anime for racists? Wait, the one with the ladies who are also tanks? I thought that was the racist anime. What the hell? No, the other one. What? Bro, anime can't be racist. It's Japanese, okay? You don't seem to understand how this works. So true, so true. If you see a K-On! Profile picture, they're going to say some nasty words to you. That has no power to me, because I don't know if you're ready for this. And I'm not trying to yuck your yums, okay? All the anime avatars, the same to me. Unless you got Goku in your avatar, but none of you fuckers put Goku in your avatar, because I guess that's like too normcore. Like, you wouldn't get any cachet in your social circle, because people would be like, really? You got a Goku profile picture? Unless you got Goku or like Naruto in your profile picture. Whenever anybody tweets at me and they got an anime profile picture, I don't know if it's from K-On! Or My Hero Academia, Attack on Titan, fucking... Those shows all look really different. And you know what's the same about them? I ain't seen them! You know what was crazy about being at Disney World? There's a lot of people out there still rocking, and God love them, still rocking like Rick and Morty t-shirts. And you might think that it's like, I'm putting my face in my hands. Oh, brother, they don't know that show is cringe now. I'm actually envious of them And I know that I could become them, but it's just not, it doesn't come naturally for me. But I'm envious of them because they aren't tapped into this fucking useless, ever-changing zeitgeist every single day. Like they went to a store and saw a shirt and they said, oh, Rick and Morty, I like that show. That's pretty funny. So they bought the shirt and they fucking wear the shirt and they're out there living their damn lives. They're not enslaved by the same chains that those of us who have chosen, whether willfully or via inertia, to keep your finger on the pulse of how the entire world feels about every single media property, every single person involved in the media property. They have political opinions of absolutely everybody on the writing staff. Did one of the voice actors committed a crime in Galway in 1979, so I'm never watching Big City Greens ever again? Like, they're just out there buying shirts and living their lives, man. That could be us. But for some reason, I resist. I say it would be so easy for that to become me, and instead I'm like, no, I don't want it. I don't want it. I repulsed. I back away from the medicine. I say I don't need this. Are they, though? Who's they? I'm talking about me, man. Not Mima. That's like one of the lead characters from Where the Crawdads Sing. But the dude who fucking wrote Where the Crawdads Sing, isn't he like a Republican congressman or something like that? And then we don't even know if he made up half the shit in the book. And then I've never even read the book. I don't know the guy. I've never seen the movie. I know everything about it. Where did we go wrong, man? That's hillbilly elegy. Oh, okay. I was kind of wrong then. Never mind. Oh, that's right. Where the Crawdads Sing is the lady whose husband might have killed somebody on an African safari in the late 1980s. Do you see how messed up? We're not supposed to know this much, man. We're just supposed to be watching a show and going, that's funny. And then 6 months later, you're in a store and you're like, I liked the 2 episodes of that show that I watched. I'm going to buy that Rick and Morty shirt. I don't know, maybe. Would love to know your thoughts on this. Do you ever think that knowledge is a curse, but also a blessing? Just a curse? I don't know. Listen, this is so rude, but it's like an internal thought that I had. And it's not even fair. I'd like to acknowledge my own stupidity in this. I've previously said it would be nice to actually be like, not really stupid, but like a little bit stupid. Because I feel like people who self-identify as smart are also much likelier. Notice I said self-identify. Are statistically more likely to also experience misery in their lives. Whereas it's easy to look at someone that you would describe as a little stupider than yourself and think like, oh, it must be nice to be so naive. That being said, when I was in Disney World, I saw a lot of people that I saw were doing very stupid things. Or things that I would try to like wrap the rock in a velvet glove as many times as possible. Not stupid people doing stupid things. Well, not stupid things. Things that I wouldn't do if I wanted to be seen as a smart person. And I think that their life is harder. They also made life harder for the people around them. But, for example, when I was getting on Rise of the Resistance at Disney World's Hollywood Studios Park, I was a solo rider. They said, go stand on silver, okay? I stood on silver. It's a circle on the ground. I was in a party of 3 other people and myself. Doors open up. I feel for the people that are working because they're supposed to be like the Sith. They're like, you, swine, go over here. But then like people are like asking them questions. So, like the doors open up and they're like, all right, inmates, make sure that you go to the ride vehicle that is the same color as the circle you're standing on. And then wouldn't you know it, we're standing on silver. I walk into the damn room. The silver car is all full. Meanwhile, I'm with the rest of my party. It's the older Italian family. They don't speak any English. They don't even know who I am, and I'm with them, and I'm trying to get them to like, I'm trying to explain like we're going to Orange because the people from Orange went to Silver, so we got to go to Orange, and they're like, why is this guy talking to me? And I'm like, look, I don't want to be that stupid, okay? I don't want to be too stupid to be like, I have to keep one color in my head and walk 10 feet from the circle on the ground to the right color of car. But maybe like a little stupider. I don't know. I'm doing all right, honestly. No, my family was fine. Who are the stupid people? It's the people that were on Orange, but they went to the Silver car. They were probably, I was going to say they were probably locals. Here's how that went in my head. First, I was going to say they're probably from country. And then I said, no, it's too much. That's way too offensive. Then I was going to say they're probably from Ohio. And I was like, we've laid on the Ohio part a little thick. It's a little mean-spirited. But I said, I bet I could take a shot at Florida and people would just plus to it. I'm not saying it's right, but I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying. Like Whitney Houston said, it's not right, but it's okay. Is the Italian couple in the room with us right now? I hope not. That would be pretty weird. In all likelihood, they're probably back in Capua right now. Is that a real place? Or is that, did they make that one up for Romeo and Juliet? You should bring back the Minnesota hate. The Minnesota, well, listen, how real do you want to get? It's not even that real when it's real, but the Minnesota hate is because that's like sibling rivalry. Canada and Minnesota have some cultural overlap, some climate overlap, and some geographical adjacency. So you know, it's more like a situation where you're like, my least favorite person is my little brother. But then like if your little brother was getting bullied at school, you would like go to the school and kick the shit out of his bully, right? The Florida discourse, there were definitely some times when I was there where I was like, I don't understand why people choose to live here. Some people probably forced to live here, but some people started out elsewhere on American soil and said, Orlando, that's the place for me. And then they stayed there. What is my parrot doing? You're so right! Oh, we win these. We win these. Rolled past Wolverine to buy chocolate for Wolverine. One of those Wolverines was X-Men Origins Wolverine. One of them was The Wolverine. The Wolverine's still not a 10 out of 10 movie, but it's no X-Men Origins Wolverine with Ryan Reynolds with the mouth sewn shut. You know what I mean? The dude is called the Merc with the mouth. They're like, how should he make his cinematic debut? What if we stapled his mouth shut? Doesn't even make any damn sense.